Hi, welcome to Kaveen Education. Today in this lecture series, we will learn about various schemes implemented by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Sri Piyush Goyal is the Minister for Commerce and Industry. Let us learn the overview of various schemes. The first scheme is Transport and Marketing Assistance Scheme TMA. The major purpose of the scheme is to boost agri-exports. The scheme is intended for agri-exports. This scheme is for specified agricultural products to provide assistance for the international component of freight and marketing of agricultural produce. This means this scheme provides financial assistance for transport and marketing of agricultural produce. This scheme aims to mitigate the disadvantage due to higher cost of transportation of specified agricultural produce due to transshipment. This means this scheme aims to reduce the cost of transportation due to transshipment. Here, transshipment means shipment of goods to intermediate destination and then to targeted final destination. Let us take the example of shipment of goods from Durban to Manila. The shipment has to take halt at Singapore while reaching from Durban to Manila, as there is no direct port connection between Durban and Manila. This is known as transshipment. This scheme will be suitably included in foreign trade policy. The foreign trade policy is formulated in 2015 and it will continue till 2020. Let us go into another famous and important scheme, Startup India scheme. Before entering into the details of the scheme, let us know the definition of startup first. According to the scheme, startup is an entity headquartered in India. Startup should be headquartered in India, as well as the entity should not complete 10 years from the date of its incorporation or registration. This means the entity should not exceed the period of 10 years from the date of its incorporation to get recognized as startup. The next thing is annual turnover of the company should not exceed 100 crores. And the entity should promote innovation. It should not be formed by splitting or reconstructing the already existing business. These are the criteria for becoming startup. Let us know about the features of the scheme. The scheme provides simple compliance regime for startups based on self-certification. That is, the scheme provides for self-certification with respect to 9 labor and environmental laws. Self-certification means startup itself making an official declaration that it complies with regulatory standards and procedures even without producing any substantial evidence. The next is the scheme provides single window clearance based on mobile app. That is, all permissions are given at one go through mobile app. This improves ease of doing business environment in the country. The next feature is the scheme provides for the establishment of Startup India Hub, an online portal to handhold startups, that is to assist startups during various phases of their development. The scheme provides for Startup India Hub to assist startups during various phases of development. Next feature is the scheme provides legal support and fast-track patent examination by reducing 80% of the patent costs. This means the scheme reduces 80% of the patent costs for the patents applied by the startups. It also provides for faster examination of the applied patents. This scheme also provides faster exit for loss-making startups, ensuring 90 days exit window through modified new bankruptcy code. This means the scheme provides faster exit of startups within 90 days. The scheme also guarantees for creation of Credit Guarantee Fund under the supervision of SIDBI. SIDBI means Small Industries Development Bank of India. The scheme guarantees for creation of Credit Guarantee Fund for providing credit facilities to the startups under the supervision of SIDBI. This scheme also provides for creation of Fund of Funds for providing funding support to the startups with a corpus of 10,000 crores. The scheme provides tax exemption on capital gains invested in the Fund of Funds. Capital gains is the profit gained on the sale of an asset. The scheme provides for tax exemption for the startups up to the period of 3 years. It also provides exemption from labor inspection for a period of 3 years so that startups can make up profits. This scheme provides for the launch of Innovation Hub through Atal Innovation Mission, which is a program of Niti Aayog. The scheme provides for the launch of Innovation Hub under Atal Innovation Mission program of Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog started Atal Innovation Mission for promotion of culture of innovation in the country. The scheme aims to harness private sector enterprise for setting up incubators, for providing infrastructure support to the startups. The scheme aims to harness the potential of private sector enterprise for setting up of incubators, for providing infrastructural support to the startups. Here, no letter of recommendation from an incubator or industry is required either for recognition or tax benefits required for the startups. This means startups can avail tax benefits or recognition as such without recommendation from incubator or industry. This initiative is aimed at promoting entrepreneurship among SC, STs and women communities also. The rural India's version of Startup India was named as Deen Dayal Upadhyay Swaniyojan Yojana. Deen Dayal Upadhyay Swaniyojan Yojana is developed by Rural Development Ministry and it is backed by Mudra loans. The Swaniyojan Yojana will be funded by existing National Rural Livelihood Mission NRLM of the Rural Development Ministry. The Swaniyojan Yojana will get funds by the existing scheme of National Rural Livelihood Mission. This is all about Startup India program. The government has also started Startup Academia Alliance program. The government has recently started Startup Academia Alliance program. It is a unique mentorship opportunity between academic scholars and startups working in similar domains. This means the academic scholars and startups working in the similar domain will coordinate with each other. It aims to reduce gap between scientific research and its industrial applications. The main aim of this program is to reduce gap between scientific research and industrial applications. This is in order to increase efficiency and impact of the technologies. The first phase of the program was launched in partnership with Regional Center for Biotechnology and TERI. The full form of TERI is the Energy and Resources Institute. Next program is Integrate to Innovate program. This program is intended for capacity building of energy startups. This program is mainly intended for energy startups. This program is a 3-month corporate acceleration program for energy startups housed at corporate premises. The energy startups has to make an application for the scheme and the selected startups will receive a cash prize grant of 5 lakh per startup along with an opportunity to pilot the project with the corporates. This means the selected energy startups will receive 5 lakh cash grant and also will have the opportunity to get coordinated with the corporates. The corporates would offer technology access, commercial mentorship and customer access to the startups. This scheme is developed by Invest India and energy sector companies. The next is EBIS portal. EBIS portal is Government to Business Services portal. It is one of the 27 mission mode projects implemented under National E-Governance Plan. EBIS portal is Government to Business Services portal. It aims to improve business environment in the country by enabling fast and efficient access to government to business services. This will help in reducing unnecessary delay in various regulatory processes required to start and run business. A business user can avail all services 24/7 online, that is online submission of forms, attachments, payments and tracking of status. It allows business users to obtain customized list of licenses, permits, regulations that they require or need to comply with across all the levels of the government, that is central, state and local government. The next scheme is Scheme for IPR Awareness. IPR stands for Intellectual Property Rights. Intellectual property rights are the legal rights granted with an aim to protect the creation of intellect. Example, patents, industrial designs, trademarks, etc. A scheme for IPR awareness, Creative India, Innovative India, has been launched by CIPAM. CIPAM stands for Cell for IPR Promotion and Management. CIPAM is a professional body under the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion which focuses and addresses IPR issues. It also takes steps for IPR awareness, IPR commercialization and IPR enforcement. This scheme aims at raising IPR awareness among us students, youth, authors, artists, bidding inventors and professionals. And it aims to inspire them to create and innovate and protect their creations and inventions across the country. This is a pan-India scheme. This scheme covers India as a whole, including Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities as well as rural areas. Total, the project duration is 3 years. This means the scheme duration is 2017 to 2020. The scheme works to take forward the implementation of national IPR policy and creates public awareness about IPR in the country. Next scheme is Revenue Insurance Scheme for Plantation Crops. Revenue Insurance Scheme for Plantation Crops. Name itself indicates the scheme is intended for plantation crops. It is an insurance scheme available only to the plantation crops. As insurance to plantation crops cannot be availed under PM Fasal Bima Yojana, this scheme is intended only to the plantation crops. This scheme covers small growers of rubber, tea, coffee, tobacco, cardamom who are having 10 hectares or less land holdings. 10 hectares means 25 acres. The scheme will cover loss arising out of non-preventable risks such as drought, dry spells, flood, pest, diseases, hailstorms, etc. This scheme will also cover price fluctuation due to fall in international or domestic prices below the average price of last 5 years. So this scheme also covers fluctuations in the price. This scheme is an improved form of price stabilization fund scheme. This scheme is compulsory for growers registered with the respective commodity boards. Commodity boards are statutory bodies that takes active steps for production, development and export of respective commodities. Here, commodity boards for plantation crops include Coffee Board, Coir Development Board, Coconut Development Board, etc. This scheme will operate on the principle of area approach, and the commodity board, with the consultation with concerned state government, shall designate an area as insurance unit. This insurance unit can be a village panchayat or any other equivalent unit. Here, certain categories of losses are excluded. Losses arising out of war, nuclear risk, malicious damage and other preventable risks are excluded from availing insurance under this scheme. Now, let's have a look at schemes under Foreign Trade Policy of India. First scheme is Merchandise Exports from India Scheme, MEIS. This MEIS scheme aims to accelerate export of manufactured products from India. Manufactured products examples include sporting goods, computers, various machines and appliances, electrical equipment, etc. Next scheme is Niriyat Bhandu scheme. The objective of this scheme is to reach out to new and potential exporters and mentor them to get into international trade and boost exports from India. This means to reach out to new exporters, improve their potential in order to boost exports from India. Next scheme is Vishesh Krishi and Gram Udyog Yojana, VKGUY. Under this scheme, duty credit scrip benefits are granted with an aim to reduce high transport costs and to promote export of agricultural produce, minor forest produce, etc. Here, duty credit scrip benefits are granted. The duty credit scrip is a pass that allows the holder to import commodities by not paying a specified amount in the import duties. This means it provides exemption to certain amount in import duties. This scrip can also be traded in the market. Exporters are given these duty exemption scrips pegged at certain percentage of total value of their exports. This means these duty exemption scrips provide the tax exemption up to certain value of their exports. Suppose 10% of the exports or 15% of exports, etc. according to the guidelines of the scheme. The next scheme is Focus Market Scheme. This scheme aims to increase the competitiveness of exports. This scheme aims to improve the competitiveness of exports by reducing freight costs and other duties. Here also the exporters will get duty credit scrip as an economic incentive. This scheme is available only for the export of goods and not for services. It is intended only for the specified markets. Next scheme is Focus Product Scheme. Focus Product Scheme incentivizes export of such products which have high export intensity or high employment potential in order to offset the associated costs, in order to reduce the associated costs involved in marketing of these products. Next scheme is Serve from India Scheme. Serve from India Scheme helps to accelerate growth in export of services. Hence, this scheme focuses on export of services. This scheme also guarantees duty credit scrip as an economic incentives. All the Indian service providers who have free foreign exchange earning of at least 10 lakhs and individual Indian service providers with minimum foreign exchange earning of 5 lakh in the preceding financial year or current financial year shall be qualified to get duty credit scrip. The tax exemption under this duty credit scrip will be equivalent to 10% of the foreign exchange earned during the current financial year. This is the overview of all the schemes implemented by the Ministry of Industry and Commerce. Thank you.